Hi there guys, JB here, and I'm in Valencia, Spain, for the launch of the new Triumph 400, both Speed and the Scrambler. Kiwi rider, long time ago for me, wasn't it? About 2002 I left, but still around. And here I am for you guys in Valencia, in Spain, for the Triumph 400's launch. As you know, there's the Speed 400 and there's the Scrambler 400X. So we've had a cracking day, done about 170 kilometers today up in the hills above here, and obviously 50-50 two rides. So what's the news? Cracking bikes. I mean, I suppose that's a given, isn't it? They're from Triumph. They're great products. They've been well and truly thoroughly sorted. They're a lovely ride. So probably take it one by one. Let's take the Speed 400 first. This one running on the 17-inch wheels, slightly sharper front brake. There's a number of details about it which make it more of a roadie. Engine is really interesting actually. It's a really smooth motor. It's just a 400 single, as we know, water cooled. But there must be a very decent balancer shaft in there because she's smooth as you like, and you can take it down to that sort of 2000 revs without I don't know if anybody remembers, singles used to judder below about 3000 RPM. You used to have to keep them going. Not anymore. They go low and it revs all the way through, nice and linear. As they say, there's a very broad torque curve on these, and you can feel that in the way that the power is nice, smooth, predictable. It's a really lovely lump, 40 horsepower. You're not going to get into too much trouble. The funniest thing today was riding these things. We were probably doing like a max speed of 60-70 mile an hour. It was on the roads, it was just so thrilling, you know. You sit there, you could be going an awful lot faster, but no, it was lovely. Good brakes. It's these Vibra ones that we've got on here, but it's got a very decent brake pad on there, good material, so it's got a lot of bite. But nothing is going to upset you. It's not like it's going to trip you up. It's just got a lot of strength. Shifts through the gears, nice. Everything is easy. I mean, these are, if you like, just after entry level. It's sort of, you know, you're a new rider, so it needs to be accessible and not too hard to ride. You know, just smooth and easy, and that's exactly what you get. Gearbox up and down, all fine. Everything is just simple, easy. I love that it's got a lovely speedo unit on it, which it's funny to be in Europe with a British speedo and you go, oh yeah, miles per hour again. Of course, in New Zealand we'll have kilometers an hour again, but speedo is the main menu, and then all the little add-ons. There's a little digital rev counter and stuff, but you can feel what's going on. So lovely, really lovely to chuck through the corners. It's just got a really nice, easy, even gambit. You know, it just does what you want to do, nothing more, nothing less. So really nice. I love the sound of them, the little pop 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 of a single, and so really nice. Funnily enough, I wore a motocross helmet today. On this fella, there's not a lot of coverage at the front. Not a good idea, pulling the peak off and stuff. So as you'd imagine, it's not meant to have a fairing or anything. This is the look, so just wear the appropriate garb. Suspension feels fine. There's some preload on the rear if you need it. I think with my weight, could have probably done a bit of preload, but she handled fine enough without that. Ground clearance is generous enough. Funnily enough, we were hammering around turns today, but she didn't touch down or anything. And if you look at the tyres, there's a little bit left on them, but all good. The Metzler's got a lovely grip, lovely turn-in rate. There's really nothing to get too, you know, worried about. It's all good, nice. Fantastic look. I mean, what they've done with the peanut tank, you know, the triangle type side cases on it, it's all good. The bike weighs 170 kilos, this one. Actually quite heavy in a sense, but the positive of the heavy is it gives you a really nice ride. It's got a solidity. It's not a nervous ride. It's predictable, comfortable, feels well damped, I'd say. Yep. And maybe that weight just helps everything work. It's not whippy. So really nice. I loved it. For somebody who rides road, doesn't want to do anything else, good choice. So moving on to the Scrambler, it's a funny thing when you swap between the two actually. I did the morning on this, afternoon on this. Straight away the dynamic of the 19-inch front, slightly longer wheelbase. It's a slower turn. You actually put a little bit more body English into it to make it turn, but after a short period you forget about that and you're just back to riding normally. But yeah, fast steering compared to that one, not uber fast but faster, so really nice. Also, it's kind of crazy, they've changed the brakes on these to suit the application, so a nice sharp road-based brake. This one, a bigger disc but softer brake pad material. It's a lot more progressive and soft. You have to pull on it a bit harder on the road, but against that, when you ride off-road, it's better. You're not going to lock the front instantly and drop it. It's a more progressive brake. Also, what I really like this is the first Scrambler, I believe, I'm pretty sure it is, from Triumph with a low pipe. And that is great news, because what it means is, with previous Scramblers, the 900 and 1200, you have the high pipe, which means you have a bit of extra width between your knees. And on top of that, a little bit of heat, because there's a catalytic converter just around about there behind a guard. And that's always interrupted the ride for me and taken away that natural dirt bike stance that we like to accept. So without that, we got a nice narrow midriff, got quite high bars, lowish, footrest. It's a comfortable standing ride position, and so it's a gravel road bike. You know what I'm saying? It's you're not going to go mad trail like you would on a KTM EXC or something. It's for gravel, and we got loads of that in New Zealand, so it's a really nice choice for that kind of stuff. Feels really natural. It's got a nice menu on here. You can pick the off-road mode, and you lose ABS off the back. You lose traction control, I think. Yes, you do, because the skids are all over the place. It's lovely. So that's a really nice, easy to access menu on there. The tyres are really good. They're Metzeler Karoo STRs. They're a low profile Karoo, so not as much bite, but enough if you're on gravel. So I think that's all good. As I said, the steering is a little bit different. I mean, the differences between the two, there's a little bit more in the headstock area on this one to lengthen it there. And they've pushed the rear wheel to the back of the adjustment just to give you a bit more wheelbase. And I think this is all about stability, just to make it a little bit better off-road. So I really like that. I like the tank. It's just, they are quite simple bikes at heart, and they're really easy, nice to ride. And like I said, today, tooling along 60 to 70, really easy. We revved them and pushed on some straights up to sort of 90. They probably top out at 100, but you don't need to go that hard. It's not that difficult. I love the twin pipe on this one. I just love the whole aesthetic of this bike. It's exactly what it should be. It's a Scrambler, it's a modern Scrambler. So, and seat's good, 2-part seat. There's little nuances. I like the fact you got single seat on this, 2-part seat on that. They just little tricks. Some of the bits, you can put a high mud guard on this if you're really keen. If you're riding gravel, you probably don't need to. This is probably just fine. But all up, really nice. Very hard to actually be negative about anything, because it's just been, they are what they are. They're nice, simple entry level into this whole Scrambler thing. And speed twins, speed triples, speed single. So they're exactly what they should be, where Triumph would put them. So anyway, so happy days really. And of course the price point is great. I think we should just revisit that one, which is, now we didn't have the New Zealand price, but I'm sure it's just like every other price, which is hitting, sort of cutting the legs off from the Royal Enfields and the BMWs and everybody else of this world with what they're doing. So you get great quality at a surprisingly, very affordable price. So all up, very attractive, very nice. And I think for New Zealand, yeah, it's a cracking bike. It'll be very enjoyable. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the summer back there. It's still winter here. We've not been too bad, 15 degrees, but enjoyable day. So I've whittled on, but you got the story. So chaps, enjoy.